Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Right, set for today's video. Saturday and Saturdays, I do Cellar Saturday, where I drink something off the shelves behind me. This one has been on the shelf behind me, just literally behind me, so you might not have seen it. But this is last year's Barleywine from Goose Island, part of their Bourbon County series that they did last year. And I just figured with this year's coming up, I should start drinking some of these for Cellar Saturdays, and decided to do this one. If you're not interested in me reading the box, just fast forward to where I start actually pouring and reviewing the beer. But I just figured for people who didn't get this and are super curious, I can read what the box says. Yeah, so let's start it off. Let's see. After 5 years away, we couldn't think of a better way to welcome our Barleywine back into the Bourbon County brand family than with a 2-year reserve. And also of note, where is it for this year, guys? I don't know if anyone at the brewery ever watches my reviews, but have coffee and barley wine every year? Every other year? Anyway. We are fortunate to be able to age this year's expression in 3 exceptional sets of barrels from varying releases of the Old Fitzgerald Bottled in Bond Decanter Series, 14, 16, and 17-year-old barrels. These exclusive barrels and the subtle nature within them further showcase the complexities found in our barley wine, a tapestry woven of rich malt entwined with notes of toffee, vanilla, and warming spices. Our 2-year reserve barley wine is ready to drink now, but Cellar up to 5 years to see how it continues to develop. So it's roughly a year at this time. Hi, Bruno. What are you doing, buddy? All right, in collaboration with Old Fitzgerald Bottled in Bond, the barrel, and the bourbon. John E. Fitzgerald was a bonded U.S. Treasurer agent who had access to the rick houses where bourbon barrels were aged. Using his keys, Fitzgerald let himself into the rick houses, thieve bourbon from the best barrels, and take jugs home for himself, thus committing larceny. When it came time to dump the barrels, some were found to be unusually light and exceptionally smooth. These barrels became known as, quote, Fitzgerald barrels, registered in 1884, and later sold to Pappy Van Winkle. The historic Old Fitzgerald brand carried on the legacy. Today, John E. Fitzgerald lives on in award-winning bourbons, Larceny Small Batch, Larceny Barrel Proof, and the Old Fitzgerald Bottled in Bond Decanter Series. Unlike other bourbons, these are made with wheat, resulting in a smooth profile that showcases extraordinary distilling pedigree at work. I think that's everything, and I think I pull from here, if I remember correctly, from last year. And then, ooh, look at that. And then does this pull down? Ooh, so fancy. You know, it tastes better because it comes out of a box. That's what I always say. I'm realizing that my voice sounds a little off, so anyone who watches all my reviews and thinks the audio or something's messed up, I just realized I haven't talked really at all today. And usually when I do reviews, I've been teaching all day and been talking. So this is, you know, although it's in the afternoon, I just realized I haven't been talking. I think that's why I sound different, because I feel great. I don't think I'm getting sick or anything. Anyway, yeah, I already read that stuff. This was specifically bottled on July 27th, and it is currently October 14th while I'm reviewing this. I'm actually reviewing it on a Saturday, and it's 17% alcohol, hence this awesome bottle cap that I can then use to reseal this. 30 years of stout aged in bourbon barrel, special glass, courtesy of my man Ross. Thanks so much, Ross. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Look at that. Boom. This is courtesy of Mike from Nerd Sense. I think that's all the shout outs I need to give. All right. Oh, yeah, no, look what it looks like first. So if you skipped over all the other stuff, welcome back. We have a very deep brown color, but there is a lot of red in there as well, especially when the light comes through it. I can see a good amount of red. Little cola-y at the bottom. Not a lot of head given the ABV. I'm not surprised. Definitely some nice, beautiful legs. Again, 17%. I'm not surprised. Let's go to the aroma. I'll tell you what, for 17%, you don't get hit in the face with alcohol. You do get some nice bourbon notes. Molasses, some dried fruit for sure. Prunes, raisins. The illusion of baking spices. Although, like bourbon specifically, almost a spicy rum kind of a note. Yeah, deep, dark brown breads. Coconut, toasted coconut. Man. Caramelized sugar, I just don't know if I want to land on caramel or toffee more. Both, but yeah, I don't know which one's coming through more. This smells fantastic. Like, this smells really good. This is one of those aromas where it's like, if you can make a candle that smells like this, I would buy that candle. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Oh my goodness. That is so good. That is so good. Good amount of warming in the chest. But I didn't get, like I said with the aroma, there's alcohol clearly in this, but it's not an alcohol taste, so it doesn't burn my palate at all, just the warming in the chest. The fruit notes, for the dried fruits, the dark fruits for sure. That battle of, do I want to say caramel or toffee, also coming through. Might be more caramel early on, morphing into a toffee. Even on my palate now, it's more what I think of. Actually, you know what? It's kind of like one of those sugar daddies. So I guess that's caramel, right? The bourbon is nice. You know, for 2 years, you get a little bit of oak tannins. I'm also having that for sure in this aftertaste. So that definitely is there in the sip and after. I don't know, like I kind of like the taste. Actually, I don't even kind of. I like the taste of oak. I'd be curious, someone who doesn't like the taste of oak, if this would be too much for them or not. The smallest splash of grape juice. Definitely that illusion of baking spices I got in the aroma is in the taste. And it's so funny because like cinnamon but not straight cinnamon, which, I mean, it makes sense based on the beer and the barrel aging, because, you know, bourbons and whiskeys, you can get that cinnamony taste and there's no cinnamon in it. So it totally makes sense that this beer is kicking that out, but it doesn't drink like this has cinnamon sticks added, you know? But that's why I'm saying the illusion, but that's what the thing is. Excuse me, more cinnamon than things like nutmeg and clove. So yeah, maybe I should refine that instead of saying the illusion of baking spices, the illusion of cinnamon specifically. What else? I gotta take another sip. This is really good. Like, I know I said that about the aroma. I don't remember if I said that about the taste, but like, this is really good. Some of that brown bread is coming through. I wasn't getting that too much initially, but I did get an aroma, so it's interesting that it's happening now. And yeah, so much just caramelized sugar notes. It's really nice. It has these sweet elements, but because of the ABV and the barrel aging for so long, at least that's what I'm attributing it to, it dries out somewhat. It's not bone dry, don't get me wrong, but for how sweet this beer could be, relatively dry, especially into the finish. And some of that oak is also doing it. Specifically, I mean, again, I like this fresh. I think it's even better with this year on it. If you have one bottle, based on how much, and again, I liked it fresh. So, like, I don't think there's a wrong decision. But if you only have one bottle, or you had one fresh and you have one more bottle you're aging, keep aging it. I'm not saying indefinitely, but I don't see this going sideways or going down anytime soon, just because it is that much better than last year with some age on it. I'd wait at least another year, another 2 years. I don't know. Like, I'd put it off a little bit longer. I think it's going to keep. And honestly, if I didn't have, two more, I wouldn't open this one yet either, because I kind of already had that thought that would probably be true. But having consumed this amount so far, a year later, yeah, definitely worth, I think, another year or two. But yeah, any thoughts you guys have? Barley wines? Are you like me and you're disappointed they're not releasing a barley wine this year? Like, I don't get it. I would do wheat wine and barley wine one every other. Like, I would do like barley wine this year, wheat wine the next year, and keep going back. And then maybe the regular coffee one year, and then a variant that features coffee or something. I don't know. I just give us the classics with the new stuff is my opinion, but that's a different video. But yeah, I bring it up every time, it seems like. Do you have thoughts about anything related to this topic? Comment below. Let's get those conversations going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.